All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for being there earlier, if you guys were, and thank you for being here now. I know there's a lot of YouTubers on tonight, so it's a jam-packed night of live streams, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how a lot of people are actually doing it now. You know, guys have A, grown balls, B, got tired of the bullshit and just started live streaming and starting up their channel. So that's really good. So, you know, goes out to you guys. So thank you. Yes, if my volume is low, please let me know. It is low, so let's correct it. How is it now? It looks like it's still low. Very low. Can't hear you. I might have to switch connections. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. All right. I can hear you. You're fine. Still low. Let's see. Max it out there. All right. How's it now? All right, good. Well, guys, maybe jack up your volume. But yeah, you're right. It is low. My no, you're right. So give me a couple seconds to figure this out. Let's. It's always something. Mike. How's it now? Low. Still low. Low. Good. My volume's wide open. Can't hear you. Volume maxed out. Sounds low. No, it's not low. I'm hearing both low, not low. So it should be better now, guys, because I'm at mid range on my iPad and I can hear it. So unless there's an issue, I might start over again, but give me 2 seconds. Output, audio output. Mic. Hopefully that's it. I mean, hopefully that works. No, now you can't hear me at all. Can you guys hear me? Yes or no? All right, guys. Like I said, it's on my side. It's fine. I can't. I don't know what it is. It Yeah, like I said, I'm listening to my iPad, and right now it's fine. So I did what I could, but I do notice that the sound meter on what you call it is pretty low. But and I'm tired of hearing myself right now. So hold on. And that was halfway up on that. So I do forgive you. Some people are saying better, good. You're good on my end. All right, listen. So thank you for the intensive sound check, everyone. Hopefully that works better now. The sound level is good on this end, and I don't see. I see that it's fine on this end. So let's get on with the show. You know what? Give me 2 seconds, actually. Let's try something. Audio. That should be better now. That should be a tad bit better. Whatever. Too low, low. Can't hear you. I'm out. Barely hear you. All right, so do me a favor. Hang in there 2 seconds, and I'm going to try something right now. So the screen's going to go black. Excellent, better. All right, all right. All right, everyone, I'm getting a mix. I'm getting a sound is great and sound is not great. So uh, I'm going to keep it going as is. And this is the sound meter looks better now. So the sound has to be better. Okay, everybody's saying much better. Better. Yes, you're louder. All right, good. Fuck it. It is what it is, guys. You're good, bro. Thank you. All right, guys, good. So, uh, you sound good. Keep going. Good. All right, so fuck it. It is what it is. So let's get into it. What I wanted to say was today's live stream was a bit of a was a bit of an idea I had while I was interviewing uh, Bjorn Bull Hansen earlier today. So we were talking about the COVID virus and we were talking about the vaccine, and a couple of things came to mind. So this live stream tonight is last minute. So let's get into it. This we're doing the similarities to Songbird, and then we're going to talk about the future of next year, 2021, and which way this is headed. Right. So now, again, thank you, prepping outside the box, guys. For those of you that are watching, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button if you don't mind, if you haven't already. If you haven't left out of annoyance, thank you for sticking with me. And for those of you that are still here, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever makes you happy. And and that'll help out the YouTube channel. So I've been told. So I've been told by YouTube, that is. So who knows? Right, Teresa. Right. So predictive programming. Now, Songbird was an okay movie. It wasn't the best. There was a lot missing from it because it was rushed. The director Michael Bay, he's getting beat up right now because the reviews are bad. And like I said, it's an okay movie. I don't look at movies like that and go and look for Academy Award winning acting or special effects or anything like that. So with that being said, guys, you got to take the movie for what it is. You know, so the movie was, like I said, was okay. It was entertaining at best. So the movie was shot in less than 30 days. It was shot in Los Angeles during the lockdown, and they pretty much enhanced everything that was happening now. So you're right, Southern Bell Teacher, a lot was missing, but because it was rushed, because he was trying to beat the first uh, production company to the screen, if you will. So therefore, the movie fell flat. Obviously, we're probably going to see a more propaganda-ish kind of movie later down the line. This movie was very propaganda-ish, especially once you understood what was happening at the end. So in the movie, they were doing a forced lockdown. There were 214 days or 220-day lockdown. That 200, I'm sorry, 214 weeks lockdown, not days, weeks. And the virus had mutated from 19 all the way to 23. So it was COVID 23 in the movie. In the movie, they were being forced lockdown. We are not seeing that as of yet. We are seeing lockdowns of restaurants, movie theaters, entertainment centers. We're seeing those kind of lockdowns or closures, if you will. And in the movie, they were in forced lockdown. And here we are not forced lockdown yet. Right, Teresa. So some people will refer to it as fear porn, but the fear porn that I'm seeing is the garbage that I've been watching all day today on New York One, and they just kept pushing the vaccine, 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 vaccine. Who's going to take it? Who's going to get it first? They're building up suspense to keep people on edge on who's going to take it first, so that people could, better lack of a saying, thirst for the vaccine. So when it finally comes, they have enough people lined up to take it. Drones, if you will, idiots, morons, who are going to take a vaccine that has not been proven. Now they keep talking about the efficacy rate, sorry, and the efficacy rate is bullshit. Bottom line, You keep talking about efficacy rate, and people don't really know what that is. I even had to look it up, and I'm like, all right, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit because there is no study or proof that it works. There's zero when you look it up. And being that there's no proof that it works because it wasn't tested properly, how do we really know? So, I know a lot of you here are going to say no on the vax. The vaccination thing is all a hype. Thank you, Southern Bell teacher. It's all a hype. It's insane. They keep going with the, oh, we should get it first because we're first responders. Well, we should get it first because we're frontline doctors and nurses. And now they're going into this bullshit battle. Also, guys, keep in mind, they are starting to throw the term for those who do not want this vaccine, anti-vaxxers or anti-vaxxers. So now they're starting with this bullshit and calling us anti-vaxxers because we don't want the vaccine. There is something wrong with it once you start name calling and you start calling people anti-vaxxers. That's a problem because now you're trying to pit other people against us. And Lone Wolf, if I'm buffering, that's got to be on your end because right now I'm monitoring myself and everything is good to go on my end. That is. So if it's buffering, it's got to be on your end, or YouTube is about to call it quits on me. And if they do, I will be back immediately on another stream. So just keep that in mind. So guys, they're trying to pit each other. They're trying to pit us against each other right now by calling us anti-vaxxers. Biden the other day said he wants to do 100 days of face mask wearing, and he's going to enforce it where he can and have governors and mayors enforce it for his first 100 days in office. So now you don't start wearing your mask, you're going to start seeing more fighting and arguing. I'd love for someone to tell me some shit because a backhand across the face is pretty much what's going to happen because I know what the masses is trying to do. Now listen, initially, am I going to smack somebody around? No. Am I going to ignore them? Yes. If they stand in front of me or start screaming, yelling, or throwing shit at me, then it's all bets are off, right? So again, guys, this is their way of pitting us against one another, calling us anti-mask wearers and anti-vaxxers. How are you an anti-vaxxer? Because you are questioning a vaccine that has no long-term research, has really no research at all. The research on it is bullshit. 6 people died from it, and they try to say, well, only 2 really died because 4 of them were on a controlled substance. Then what the hell did you inject the other 4 with that they died? Just saying. And you guys can research this shit yourself. Pfizer has always lied about their research. Pfizer has always lied about their medications. Pfizer has lied about their other vaccines. They've been sued over 30 times since 2000 to 2020 and $4 billion of payouts. If they're paying out $4 billion worth of lawsuits, fines, and fees, what does that say about their actual leadership in a pharmaceutical company? It means they're frauds. They're no good. There's no way we should be listening to Pfizer, who themselves have lied about the outcome of their other drugs. So what makes you think they won't lie about the vaccine? Right? So again, guys, these are things you have to pay attention to. You have to pay attention to the lingo they're using. They're using would, coulda, shoulda, maybes. It might work. It could work. We're going to assume it works. There's a pattern in the way they're talking. Just keep in mind to that. Right, guys. So here's the other thing with the movie Songbird. Sorry for being distracted. So Songbird's similarities. In the movie, you have to every morning you wake up, you scan yourself to see if you had the virus or not. Here in New York State, they are promoting, or at least New York City, they're promoting you get checked regularly, even if you're not symptomatic. So now they are programming you, if you will, to be checked out so that you can, like you said, scan yourself first thing in the morning. Now, we're not scanning ourselves with phones. That technology is far away from now. Teresa, could you elaborate on that? They removed it Oh, at pinball on the Vax. All right, forget it. I get it now. All right, so now, guys, the constant testing is so that you can just line up whenever they tell you to get tested, because you'll be like, well, okay, that was that was cool, and I'll jump online anytime you want me to get tested. Right now, they're forcing college kids, the college right next door to me, they're forcing them to get tested every week. Forcing them. So if you say no, you get kicked out, right? If you deny it, your scholarship is done. So now you're getting kicked out if you don't take a COVID test. When you were only supposed to take a COVID test when you were symptomatic. Now they're telling you to take it all the time. Because they're trying to change the narrative of the immune. Now, people are immune to this. Why are we not talking about that? Don't know. Have no clue, guys, why we are not talking about this. Pittsburgh Prepper, man, thank you for the donation. I don't know why we're not talking about the obvious. People are immune. People are exposed to this on a daily basis and they're not catching it. They want to say that, well, you could spread it if you're asymptomatic. Asymptomatic spreaders, asymptomatic spreaders are the lowest spreading people, if you will, because the only way you can spread it is talking and catching a virus. And again, you guys look up the research. You can get COVID through talking. Sorry, catching the COVID through talking is very, very, very low. Very low. People are like, well, what about when they spit? So you mean to tell me, first of all, if you're spitting every time you're talking, you got an issue. You need to go see the doctor. That's number one. Two, if you do spit here and there, yes, but not all the time. You're not misting every time you talk. It happens here and there. So something is up with the whole them trying to displace people who are immune. That's just me. So in the movie, there's something called they're called immune passes. So in the movie Songbird, there's an immunity pass. If you're immune, you get to walk around and do whatever you want as long as you have this bracelet on. The bracelet is a yellow bracelet, that they wear around their wrist, and it gets scanned and it lets them know that you are immune to COVID-23. We are here in the real world entertaining freedom passes. Freedom passes are actually being talked about in the UK, Australia, Germany, and New Zealand. And they're talking about, thank you, Rick, for the donation. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And Pittsburgh Prepper, again, thank you. And somebody else, if I missed you, I'm sorry. Thank you for the donation, guys. Right? So, listen, they're entertaining freedom passes, and this is the rules so far. This is the rules of the freedom pass. As far as the UK's idea go. Indiana Prepper, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. You can only get 5 days of freedom as long as you tested negative for COVID. So if you tested negative for COVID, you get a pass, which is already on your wrist, so it unlocks it, if you will, and then you get to go out and do what you want to do for 5 days. And then after those 5 days, you got to quarantine again, get tested, and then re-up on your pass. That sounds a bit like 1940s Germany to me. If you're asking me, it just sounds a little bit on the nose with what people want to do and locking you down and all sort of bullshit and telling you when you can go out and how much or how many days of freedom you have. Bullshit. The movie hit that on the head, but instead it was an immunity pass. And in real life, we're talking about freedom passes. And they're definitely going to do something with our license of phones. And we can see that coming because they're going to force vaccinate. They're looking to force vaccinate. Let me not say they're going to force vaccination, but that is on the table. That's all I'm saying. And somebody, Jarhill, if you think that's stupid, like I said, do the research. You don't got to take my word for it. Just type in Freedom Pass or COVID bracelet, and you'll see what comes up. If listen, guys, for those of you that want to live with your head in the sand or the head in the ground, that shit is on you, man. It is really on you because we are seeing the writing on the walls. and some people are in denial. Hell, there are even liberals right now that are pissed about our freedoms disappearing. Liberals. So keep that in the back of your head. John McGill, man, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. All right, so guys, here's another thing in the movie. They didn't focus on it in the movie. They did an aerial shot of it, and it was called the Q Zone. And they really didn't say what the Q Zone was. At least I didn't hear them say what the Q Zone was. But I think the Q Zone, not what it was, but they didn't say what the Q stood for. I thought it meant quiet zone, meaning everyone died there. But there were people still alive. So anyway, guys, the Q Zone was a temporary relocation area, which turned into something where people wind up staying there. They never left. CDC has something called the Intern Operational Consideration. This was released back in July 26th of 2020. You can go on CDC's website and type in interim operational consideration. There's something called the shielding approach, where they temporarily relocate high-risk people and put them somewhere safe, a green area, green zone, if you will, so that they do not get infected or die. And this is pertaining to elderly people or people susceptible to the COVID. Obviously, that didn't get established, but it's still on their record. Unless they delete it, it's still there right now. And the Q zone and the quarantine zone. Thank you for that, Marcus. And the quarantine zone is a FEMA camp, and they're definitely talking about it on the CDC's end. So, like I said, look it up. Anything I say, guys, there is actual facts and actual websites behind. I'm going to put the websites after this in the comment section below. If Pinball, if you're going to have a live stream, please let us know in the comment section, please. I mean, the chat section. Thank you. So, I already touched on the mandatory mask wearing, right? So, he wanted to make a mandatory mask wearing. We got to see where that goes. I do not see a lot of people complying to that. But the problem with the mandatory mask wearing, Jarhill, I don't think it's going to happen like in the movie. It's going to be a variation of it. As of right now, we are seeing some movie-esque shit. You know, I mean, we went in a lockdown. You go down to 42nd Street. I never in a million years thought I would see the streets that empty, right? I never thought we'd be talking about forced vaccination. I never thought we'd be talking about if you want to work or travel, you need to take the vaccination. I never thought we'd be talking about this, let alone it actually happening. Now, has any of it happened yet? No. Will it happen? Yes. So, the simple fact that they're talking about it and they're pushing it means that something's going to come of it. And maybe it'll get shot down, and then we're good. You know, and then we're good for a while. But we got to wait and see. So Pinball Preparedness live stream is tomorrow night, not tonight, guys. So tune in to Pinball Preparedness live stream tomorrow night. So the problem with the mask, the problem with the mask is that with the president of the United States, Biden, saying that we're going to have 100 days lockdown mandatory, that's going to give people some balls to say some shit to you, like put your mask on. How come you're not wearing a mask? Oh, what, you think you're better than us? And there goes the fight, and there goes the argument. Fuck them, guys. I mean, really, if people get in your face about not wearing a mask, lay them out. Lay them the fuck down, because that's all that is left. Because we're empowering the wrong side, and the wrong side's getting too much power, and we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs. So just, take that for what it's worth, man. And thank you, Tammy, the Tuskegee Airmen. Guys, this vaccine is a test. It's got to be a test. And the fact that we're people are lining up to take a vaccine they don't know, it's insane. Tuskegee Airmen rings a huge bell, and yet no one's thinking about that. They tested them, and then they tested them. They gave them the shot, and then they were waiting to see what the long-term effects were. That's exactly what they're doing to us. So, trying to pull up something here, see if I can actually pull it up for you guys, and I can. So, let me go over the list of So here's the list of adverse outcomes, they call it. Not adverse side effects, not adverse injuries, adverse outcomes. The adverse outcomes that they're looking at right now, once they start injecting people, guys, this is from the FDA. Once they start injecting people, they're looking for, and a lot of them I cannot pronounce, so bear with me, convulsions, seizures, strokes, narcolepsy, cataplexy, anaphylaxis, allergic reaction, autoimmune enhanced disease, meaning will this enhance any autoimmune disease, myocarditis, and pericarditis. Pregnancy, birth, and outcomes. They are not giving pregnant women this vaccine as of right now. Um, venous thrombolism, Kawasaki disease, arthritis, joint pain, inflammation syndrome in children. They're not giving this to children because they're not sure, and vaccine enhanced diseases. Now, there are a couple of other here that I cannot pronounce, but let's see if this works. Let's see. Give me a second and see if this will work in the chat. It won't. All right, it was too much. All right, so I'm going to put the link to this PDF in the actually, hold on. Let me see if I can do something really quick. Let's see. Yep, you know what? I will do it later. But I'm gonna put the link to this PDF in the file, and the page is 16. So when you get this file, go to page 16, and it's gonna show you exactly what's on here. All right. So anyway, guys, that is the insane side effects they're looking for. So, listen, it's a bit worrisome, if you will, if that's what they're waiting for. Yeah, oddball, so you can ride the vax. Exactly. And here's the other thing, too, guys, with the vaccine. Well, I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but lockdowns. Now, in the movie, it seems like everyone was okay with lockdowns. The movie did something interesting. Now, prior to this year, every time there was a movie about oppression or something, people in the movies were protesting, take down the man, you're not going to keep us locked down. There was very little protesting in the movies about that, about being locked down for 214 weeks. Very little. What's going on, Faithful Prepper? So, very little about that was being. So, with that, there happened to be no protesting. They didn't want to give anybody the idea that they were going to protest, if you get what I'm saying, against what was going on, because they didn't want to give anybody any ideas. So they never went over the whole being oppressed, being locked down for 214 days. There were a couple of scenes where it said, let us out. You think Americans would be in lockdown that long? Um, that's insane. So they did that in the movie, but they mentioned it. They went over really quickly, and it was a shame. So the lockdown in the movie seems like it's training us to be submissive and docile. That's what these lockdowns are for. The lockdowns have to be to training us to be submissive, and a lot of us are. The first submissive act was telling us to put a mask on. All right, so we did. Well, you want to protect your loved ones. You want to protect your kids, right? You want to protect your friends. Put your mask on. And people go, okay, and then they put their mask on. All right. Well, you know what, guys? So we could stop the spread. You know what? Just stay home. Stay home, and let's see if this comes down. Because you want to protect your loved ones. You want to protect your friends. And you go, okay. And then you stay home. Now look where we are. Now they're talking about vaccinations and forcing us. And Mayor Lightfoot of Chicago was talking about that we want to educate people to take it, but, making people take it's on the table, or force vaccinations on the table. So you take that for what it's worth. Now, guys, this vaccine is not a vaccine. Supposedly, right now, as it stands, the vaccine, you need 2 shots. I think one is tricking the body into thinking it's COVID, and a second shot is an immune booster to attack that trick or something like that. And vaccines usually stop the problem, with the exception of this one. You are not stopping the problem. What you're doing is you telling people to take the vaccination, but then you're telling them they still have to wear a mask and they still have to social distance up to a year until everyone's vaccinated or most people are vaccinated, however they worded it. Vaccines end it, meaning if you give me the vaccine, I should be able to walk in a room full of COVID and not worry about it. That's not what's happening, and that's not what I'm seeing, and that's not any of the evidence that suggests that the vaccine works. That's the part that's missing. So, forced vaccinations, like I said earlier, it's on the table, but forced vaccination is going to come in a form of exchanges for goods, meaning you want to go to the store, you want to go to the football game or movie theater, you'll take the vaccine. You want to fly and go see Italy, Greece, or Japan, you're gonna have to take a vaccination. They are constantly telling us they're not gonna. Some people are telling us they're not gonna force us, but then they turn around and go, "Well, if you want to get that stimulus check, you're gonna have to take the vaccine." Again, these are ideas they're floating out there. I'm not making this shit up. These are the ideas I've heard. These are coming out of politicians' mouths. Again, guys, do the research. So, oh, and by the way, Prepper Now, he did a good video on the vaccine. He just released it today, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He released it today. I watched it. That is a good video. You got to see some of the links he pulled up on how doctors are not sold on this virus. Doctors. There's a doctor's office here in New York, I think. They are all out on the vaccine. They're not taking it. They're even starting a petition. So if doctors are doing this, why? And they know better than us. Supposedly, they know better than us. Then these doctors are telling us not to take it. They're not taking it. There's a problem. I'm telling people not to take it because there is no evidence to suggest it works. And they use fancy words. Efficacy, raid, and it could work, and the biological temperature of the virus. Like, they're using all these fancy words when they're pretty much telling us it doesn't work, but we have to try something. Okay, if you're desperate, I get it. But Pfizer's not desperate. Pfizer's in it to recover $4 billion they lost in lawsuits. That's what they're looking to do. That's why Pfizer's the lead. And Pfizer's knocking everybody else out. I think Pfizer's even setting up a couple of companies for a downfall. But that is just speculation, guys. That right there is just speculation. So, like a lot of you are saying, don't take it. Efficacy. Right. If I'm saying that right, cat's meow, right? Efficacy? Efficacy, sorry. That's what the efficacy rate. They keep using words like that. I'm like, I never heard of it until this year. And then I went to look it up, and I'm like, they're full of shit. The vaccine just doesn't work. All right, so guys, Pfizer can't be trusted. $4 billion in payouts, fines, and lawsuits. Multiple lawsuits, multiple injuries and deaths. Right? Now, Warrior Goddess. Pfizer has been sued. Pfizer has lost a lot of lawsuits. So they can be sued. But these lawsuits were like, it was tooth and nail kind of lawsuits. It wasn't like, you walked in there, you had to have your shit together, and then, they were sued. So they are sued. People keep saying that they can't be sued. They can be sued. But it depends on how many people die. Now, again, $4 billion payout, they were losing a lot of efficacies. Okay, thank you, Catch Me Out. Efficacies. I'm sorry, I'm bad at it, but efficacies is as close as I'm going to get. You get what I'm saying. I will practice that later. So, they also have multiple injuries and deaths, guys, in a lot of their medications and their vaccines over the years. How could we trust that company? Why are they in the lead? Prepper 101. Do me a favor. Go over to... I'll send you a link. They've been sued. They've been sued multiple times, and they've been fined. They've also been fined a lot. So they've been sued something like 6 times or 7 times. Legitimately sued and had to pay out for the damages and deaths and stuff like that. They've been fined more than they've been sued. That's what it is. Thank you for that, by the way. Um, and Joe, you're right. You can't sue them when you're dead, but that's why you have kids. Maybe your kids will, proceed you and take it to court. Who knows? You know. And here's a kick in the dick, guys. There's already a side effects from the vaccines already, right? So, if there's already side effects from the vaccines, and they're covering those up as best as they can by saying, nah, that's to be expected. And now people are repeating the same shit. Well, that's to be expected. Okay. So because Pfizer said it, now you're repeating it. And, okay, Prepper 101. Now, they might be protected by this virus. They might be given immunity. But they have not been given immunity on their past drugs. Um, Thank you, Sean. So for 2.3 billion, right? That was their last lawsuit. They just won, by the way. But $4 billion total since 2000. So it's 20 years of lawsuits, and that's not even talking about the lawsuits before 2000. Like you said, guys, there is a vaccine court, like a Supreme Court here in the United States. For those of you that don't know, and a lot of vaccination companies are protected under this separate court, which is very, very strange. But on occasion, lawsuits do go through and they do get sued. Right. Well, Prepper 101, we have to wait and see. When it comes to enough people dying, someone gets thrown under the bus. Pfizer will get sued if the damages and injuries exceed the number that they get. There's a number that they have, and they go, well, this many people are probably going to die or have severe reactions. And if it hits over that number, then they could. There's no 100% protection. Everybody gets dragged into the courtroom, and it's whether or not they win in the courtroom. It's a different story. So, guys, like I said about the side effects, there's already Bell's palsy developing. People are having severe reactions in the UK. The UK, a couple of days ago, they haven't done it yet. They were talking about stopping the distribution of the COVID vaccine. Now, there was a doctor. I'm not sure if he was from the UK or here from the United States. He did say that he warned them about it and he wanted them to stop the distribution of COVID, and especially the pregnant women. And now all of a sudden, because he talked about the protein that was in it that was going to abort babies, if you will, they pulled that back. Right? They pulled back, and now they're saying women can't, pregnant women, cannot take the vaccine. All right, guys. So here goes commercial time. I really, really, really hate these, but got to make some sales. So, or not some sales, but working with the company that wants me to make sales for them. It benefits both of us, but you know me, I hate these stupid these commercials. So anyway, this one's probably gonna get me into trouble, but fuck it, whatever. Um, if you do not want the COVID vaccine, get yourself some Nutrient Survival. Nutrient Survival will protect you from the COVID-19 virus. You might even live forever taking Nutrient Survival foods, because the proteins that are in their foods will protect you from getting sick and will make you live a long time. But if you wind up taking the vaccination, you are going to die. That's pretty much it, guys. So get Nutrient Survival, beat COVID, live forever. There you go. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that if they watch this, they're gonna get pissed off. Well, whatever, doesn't matter. Nutrient Survival actually has enough nutrients, guys, to make you better, make your body better. Sorry, it has the vitamins and the minerals you need, the omega-3s, which are great for your immune system, the added vitamins, and the fiber. The fiber is to help you shit, because who wants to eat freeze-dried food and not take a shit? Right? So the fiber in it is going to help you go to the bathroom. Now, the one thing about Nutrient Survival I just learned is that they've been developing this shit for 8 years. So they've been doing this longer than the COVID vaccine has been out. Right? So Nutrient Survival has been R&Ding their stuff for 8 years, and the COVID vaccine has only been out for 8 months. You choose which one to take. I say take Nutrient Survival. Shoot that shit up your arms or eat it or whatever you want to do. It'll make you a better person. All right? So, now it's time for my favorite part, the Prepper channel announcements. Now, after a while, guys, the FDA authorized. All right, so the FDA just announced 5 minutes ago that they are authorizing emergency use for the COVID vaccine. So it's been, it's here, guys. It's ready to rock and roll. The FDA just approved it, and the vaccine is going to start being distributed probably as early as next week. So there it is. It's here. Now we got to see where it goes. So, okay, let me pull up the Prepper channel. I got to put that at a better listing. I mean, like at the top of my thing. All right, so here we go. Like I said, guys, when the list gets long, at some point I'm just going to have it scrolling on the screen very slow so that everyone can see it. And right, nutrient survival enemas. Because again, guys, who wants to eat food and not take a shit? That's just my thing. But anyway, enough of that. So, Prepper channels that you guys should like and subscribe to. At the very least, watch a couple of their videos and make your own assumptions. So the first one is brought to my attention is Prepper Nerd. I forgot, I knew about Prepper Nerd's channel. I just forgot to mention him, so I do apologize for that. If he's on here, he probably is. He's probably lurking in the chat dark room there. But NY Prepper, Prepper Now, Prepper 101, Prepper 21, SC Prepper, Prepping Outside the Box, Financial Prepper, Be Ready Today, Me Being Cheap, TJ Preps, Prepper Nation, Pinball Preparedness, North Shore Preparedness, Magic Prepper, Grim Survival, Southern Boy Prepper. Oh, Southern, what is it? Southern Safety is another channel you guys should definitely head over to. Alaska Prepper, Prepping for Life, formerly known as Andrew Julian Prepping for Life, Prepper Nurse 1, Alaskan Ballistics, Hutch Homestead, Prepper Princess, Prepper Tribe, Faithful Prepper, Autumn Backyards Garden, the first one without Prepper in it, Southern Prepping Perspective. I have actually never been to his channel, but everybody tells me he's good, and I have to visit his channel. Happy Prepper, I think he's like 15 now, 15-year-old kid. Shrimp Zoo, who's going to come up with a new channel and have a different name, but as of right now, he's Shrimp Zoo, so head over to his channel as well. And if I didn't mention it, Prepper Tribe. No, Prepper Tribe's on here. Sorry. Right, Prepper Tribe. Prepper Tribe is pretty funny. Him and Andrew had a live stream. Actually, Andrew had a live stream right before mine. And it's like a fun live stream, what they do. I mean, he talks about prepping shit. He was doing a test, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty, it was a fun place to be, if you will. And I was also at Don and Peggy's live stream today as well. They were, they're not preppers, but their live stream was pretty fun. It was a fun place to be. They're probably like the opposite of me, right? I'm probably like all doom and gloomy and shit, but sorry. I promise I'll have a fun live stream with discos and fucking spam cans hanging from my ceiling and all kinds of crazy shit. But as of right now, I'm just trying to get out what's going on. So, again, you heard me say about the FDA, it was approved. That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise at all, guys. The FDA is definitely being paid off. Okay, Peggy and Don are preppers? All right. Well, I emailed them, Jacob. I emailed them, and in the email, they told me they weren't preppers. They said, we're not preppers, but we would like to be on your show, and then I lost the fucking email. So, that being said, if they're people who get prepared, whatever it is, I'm looking to get them on my show in the next couple of weeks. So, I did hear somebody say Bear Independent was full of shit. I hate to burst your bubble, but Bear Independent is going to be on this show, on the live stream, December 28th at 9 o'clock. So a lot of you guys can tune in there. Do me a favor, guys. I know you guys are ruthless, but bring it down 2 notches. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying, don't go to war. I'm just saying bring it down a couple notches. Don't go crazy. Um, because I know how some of you guys feel. And whoever I have as a guest, guys, we should treat them as a guest while they're on here, if that makes sense. Um, I've been watching some of Bear Independence videos. He sounds like a cool dude, and he met up with Prepping for Life, Andrew Julian. They met up, and Andrew Julian had a video. So check out Prepping for Life's video when he meets up with Bear Independence. Pretty cool. Okay, so we are going to talk about indoor dining shutdown. Now, I just did a video today on indoor dining shutdown, but I missed a couple of things. So we're going to go over that really quick. We have 46 minutes, so we're right on time to end it around 10 o'clock. So the more I have to say about it is they're closing down the diners. They're closing the indoors down. Sorry, the indoor eatery down. And they're leaving them to eat outside. Those indoor outside stupid hubs that they're building. Matter of fact, let me try to show you guys a picture of it. For those of you that don't live in a city and like have no clue what I'm talking about, you're like, but what? But why would they do that? I'm like, they tell you can't eat outside, you can't eat inside, but you can eat outside and close it, and now you're eating outside inside. That makes sense. It's the dumbest thing in the world, actually. It's actually asinine, and don't know why I can't find it. But if I find it, I will shoot it onto the screen because I thought it was interesting. Oh wait, I know where it is. I thought it was interesting that they were allowing this to go down. And okay, maybe I don't have it. Whatever, fuck it. It is what it is. But I just thought it was interesting that they're telling them. So now they're shutting these indoor places down, guys. Here is the kick in the nuts, if you will, for these places. That's the indoor eatery, right? So as you guys can see, sorry for surprising you like that. As you can see, they bumped out onto the sidewalk, but then they completely enclosed it. So now they are inside, outside. Makes zero sense. These are the people that are running our country. These are the people that are running our cities. This is bad. This is the problem, right? We are being led by morons, right? So now the inside of this restaurant, it will now be closed, but they can eat in this little makeshift tent thing. I don't get it. All right. So here's the other side that I failed to mention. They're closing these restaurants down, guys. A lot of the restaurants are not going to survive this shutdown. They're just not. And the restaurant union or whatever it is of New York City says that 50% of them will be closed for good. For good. So now, a lot of those restaurants that are now going to close are now going to have unemployment. These people are going to be unemployed. The unemployment is going to skyrocket here in the city now because they will not be able to hold on to these people. They let go of these people, which is going to happen Monday, by the way, guys. So the shutdown for the indoor dining is happening Monday. They are doing this right before Christmas. What kind of shit is that? Like, you couldn't keep it open just a little bit longer and gave them, matter of fact, gave them a better heads up. Okay, guys, listen, today we're going to tell you guys that you cannot no longer do outdoor dining. If you can no longer do outdoor dining, we're going to give you guys a week to square your shit away. Okay. Nonetheless, they're still going to have people go unemployed, but nonetheless, they're giving them some time to make the mad dash, to make the rush, to invite more people in, to get some more money together. No. They announce it today, and Monday, they're going to be closed. So the weekend, they're giving them the weekend to square their orders away. Ellen 2026, they closed the outdoors too. Jesus, that sucks. And again, guys, look at the people who are making the decision. I hate to bring it to it, but it looks like all Democrats. All Democrats are destroying everyone's business and everyone's lives. I told people Biden's going to go into office and he's going to play some shit, And people are like, oh, well, you got to wait and see. All right, you got to wait and see. But I know assholes when I see them, and I know assholes when they're going to make an asshole move. And Biden and Kamala Harris are assholes, and they're going to start making asshole moves. Bad enough, they are already making this COVID vaccination shit here in New York a racial thing. Yeah, right, whatever. You know what? You're right. I'm not even trying to understand the sociopaths. I'm probably trying to explain to people this is what we're dealing with. And they made this, they're making the vaccine a racial thing already. They're like, well, the hard hit neighborhoods are the African American communities, and we have to get them the vaccine because they were hit so hard and they're poor, misunfortunate souls, and yada, yada, yada. And now here we are, making it a race thing, talking about equality for all with a vaccine. They're already starting this shit. Whoever's sick, whoever's going to be sick, or whoever's stupid enough should take the vaccine. That's it. But you're making it a race thing. That's going to cause more of a divide. And guess who's doing it? Democrats, not Republicans. Republicans are going to be like, we're going to give the vaccine to whoever needs it, which are the idiots, because the idiot only, listen, I hate to say it, and if I lose subscribers, so the fuck what? Only an idiot would take the vaccine. Or a person whose back is against the wall. Now, if your back is against the wall and you have to take the vaccine, I get it. I get it. But if you are willingly if you're willingly going to take this vaccine, you are a moron. Now, Lori Austin, I have seen that New York bill, the A1179. They are trying to pass it, but it has to hit the committee floor. I think it's not there, or maybe it's at the committee. There's one more step before it hits the governor's desk, and we will see what happens there. Forced vaccination is not going to go over well. They thought people were going to protest, and who's going to enforce it? How are you going to force forced vaccination? That's the other thing with the military, so that they can get their asses handed to them here in the streets of New York. I don't know who's going to enforce that, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it was, right? So, it's just as bad as it is. And again, guys, I get it if you're going to take the vaccine. I wholeheartedly do. If your back is against the wall, if your job is threatening to fire you, I get it. But if you are volunteering to go online and going, yes, sir, boss, I'll take a shot in the arm, you're a fucking moron. It's that simple. There are side effects popping up. And in the UK, they had side effects pop up within hours of giving it to something like 40 to 60 people out of the few hundred they gave. There's a math problem. Well, I'm not a mathematician, but there's a problem there. Just saying. So, employees are going to be out of work, guys. More people are going to be on those food lines because, unfortunately, a lot of these restaurants do not have a retirement plan. A lot of these restaurants are not getting a bailout plan. So if they're not getting a bailout plan, they're fucked. They're never opening again, and they're not going to be able to sustain their employees, and they're going to have to let their employees go. Colleen, the vaccine has not been passed out yet. They are trying to make sure firemen take it, but we're not being forced to take it. It is our decision to take it. So, I'm not taking it. Now, if they change the rules and tell us that if you don't take it, you're going to be fired or put offline, I'll put my retirement paper in. I'm already setting myself up for retirement. That's how bad it's getting. Because liberals are crying, well, why aren't they taking it? They're coming into my home and they don't have the vaccine. All right, that's a valid argument. But if we're not symptomatic, we're not spreading it. And we're already wearing masks when we go into other people's apartments. So now you're going to force us to take it? So, as of right now, they're not forcing us to take it. But if they did, my retirement paper would be in right away. Just like that. I have no problem with it. I got over 20 years, so fuck them. Right? So now, I said people are going to be losing their jobs, right? Wraith, yeah, I keep hearing about this eviction thing, and they keep delaying it. I wonder if that's just going to be something bad. I haven't heard of anything yet, but I hear it there and here and there on YouTube, but I haven't heard anything come down from, the government, if you will, about the eviction thing. But I'm pretty sure that's going to happen because there are people who are still out of work. Not everybody went back to work here in New York, by the way. So keep that in mind. Now, they let a lot of these businesses go here in New York City. New York State indoor dining is still open. Keep that in mind. I live in New York City. That's the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and if you want to consider Staten Island one of the boroughs, so be it. I really don't. It actually belongs to Jersey. Give Jersey fucking Staten Island. But anyway, that's neither here or there. In these five boroughs, they're shutting down the indoor eating sections of the restaurants. But the rest of New York State, Long Island, upstate New York, where Prepper lives, a couple other guys on here, where they live, those indoor eateries are not shut down. So, a lot of people here in New York City are going to be jobless. Now, big businesses, every year, without fail, always let people go around this time of year. Right? They're always letting go 500 people because they want to save their pensions. They want to save their business. They let go people right before the holidays. Nothing says Merry Christmas like fucking people in the ass with no job. Right? So these businesses, these big businesses, do this every year, and they haven't even cut anybody yet. So that's coming. Politicians are acting like dictators. Politicians are being, they're not working for us anymore. They're working for themselves. There is something wrong with that. There is something wrong when politicians stopped working for us and started making the rules for themselves. All right. So with that, there needs to be more pushback, guys. Now there is a group called the Freedom Gatherers. North Shore Preparedness or Pinball Preparedness, if you're still on, can you drop the link in the chat? Groups like this need to happen, but we need to be more aggressive because politicians are not listening to phone calls and letter writings and kumbayas. They are not listening to that anymore. The left protest and they got more done with their bullshit ideology than ever. Well, it's time for us to be a little more aggressive. I can't drop a link. All right, so if somebody can drop a link, by all means, drop the link. But guys, enough's enough already. We're letting politicians dictate to us and become dictators. We got to start smacking them around. Those are the people that need to be smacked around. Politicians need to be beat with a rubber hose in the cold just for the shit they're pulling. Yeah, they're for the people. They're for us. But we're going to tell you when to take a vaccination. We're going to tell you when to put a mask on. We're going to tell you when you can open your business. And we're going to tell you when you can come outside your house. If that doesn't sound fucking familiar, I don't know what does. Politicians work for us, not the other way around. Right? We're not subjects. We are people, and we are people of the United States. So we need to fight. And I'm sorry to say, I think even liberals might even be in on this fight because this is getting out of control. You know? Yeah, TJ Preps, we need to plan something. I mean, we need to plan something hard, not this soft bullshit. We need to plan something hard. Something that's going to grab them by the fucking nuts and make them go, holy shit, that hurts. You know? And I'm not suggesting violence. I'm just saying we need to be a little more harsh. Because enough already with the bullshit. Enough already with changing the narrative. FreedomGathering.org, guys. Pinball Preparedness just put it up. So what you're going to have to do is highlight it, copy it, and then throw it in your URL bar at the top of your internet. Right? But, guys, this is what it is. I mean, it's unfolding fast. Nothing like cold coffee, huh? But, guys, I don't know. I do not know. I know that 2021 is going to be a rough year. It is not going to get better just like that. We are not going to go December 1st at 11:59 and then January 1st, 2021 at 000100 hours, or midnight rather. It's going to all get better. That is not going to happen. We have to be more realistic that this shit is going to be a lot more painful before it gets better. Janet, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. We can't kid ourselves. We can't sit there and January 1st waving goodbye to 2020 like a fucking bunch of morons. Like 2020 was a person and waving at it and going, fuck you, and I hope 2021's better. It don't work that way. You see who's the president of the United States? You see who the vice president is? You see the rest of these Democratic assholes talking about forcing us to do this, that, and the third, mandating this and that. Next year is not going to be good, guys. It's just going to get a lot worse. Now, Bull Hansen, or Bjorn Bull Hansen, said that the pendulum's going to swing the other way. And we should be, we'll get back into order, but we won't get back into order until we go through a lot of pain first. That's all I know, and that's what it is, guys. It doesn't, disappear. 2020 is not going to disappear. All right, guys. Again, do me a favor. 912 people. Hit the like button, or smash it, or punch it with your dick. Whatever you want to do, just hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm and shit like that. So yes, I'm in a little bit of a rare form today, so I do apologize for it. But nonetheless, it's just, Yankee transplant, beans and bullets, my friends. We're definitely headed in that direction. That's for fucking sure, but I don't know. So, all right, guys, commercial number 2. Nice one, Greg. I already licked it. All right, thank you. Tipping point. You name it, guys. But listen, Angryprepper, who doesn't need range time? Everybody and anybody needs range time at this point. I don't give a fuck who you are. Everybody needs to fucking be at a range and letting them go, I mean, so it is what it is. All right, guys. So second commercial is going to be for My Patriot food. I mean, they're probably going to hate this one too, but fuck it. All right, guys. So My Patriot food supply is going to get you through 2021 next year. Whenever you feel depressed, eat My Patriot food supplies. Freeze-dried food is going to get you out of the depression because their food is uplifting to your spirits, and it could drown out the sound of all the bullshit that's going to be going on next year. It'll drown out the sound of Kamala Harris because her voice is annoying. It's going to drown out the sound of that bumbling fool Biden, or President Biden. Or you can easily take the freeze-dried foods, lather it up real thick, and stuff it in your ears, and then you don't have to hear anything. But you should also eat it as well because it's very good for you, and it's better than Spam. All right, guys. So My Patriot food supply is good food. Again, you could do whatever you want to do with it. You could flavor it up. You could put, seasoning in it. You could drop meat in it. Whatever you do, do not put Spam in that shit, because if you put the Spam in the My Patriot food supply, believe it or not, the Spam will jump right out because it can't get with that shit. Or rather, the food's going to spit the Spam out. So don't put Spam in it. Spam is bad. I tried it, and the My Patriot food supply spit the Spam right out. Right across the fucking room. Holy shit. Right? So, don't do it. Stay away from that shit. All right? Oh, and what you could do with your extra can of Spam is we could throw it at the White House this year when Biden gets inaugurated. Just launch it. I mean, potato gun that shit right into his fucking, lawn or whatever. I don't know. We'll think of something to do with the Spam. Or we could just wrap it and give it to him, and or have fuck you carved out in Spam and send it to the president. We could do, there's a million things we could do. But, someone said bullshit AP. I guess they're talking about the Spam, or they're talking about the food spitting the Spam out. Listen, guys, I promise you, buy My Patriot food supply, chop up the Spam in little square pieces, drop it in, and watch your food spit it out. It's amazing. It's an amazing sight to see. Anyway, guys, it is what it is. We're just going to have... We're going to have to hang in there, and we're going to have to adapt to what's going on. That's the bottom line. The anger, the frustration, the bullshit that you're going to feel, fuck it. Let it go. We're going to have to go through the numbers. As of right now, the forced vaccination, people are talking about it, but we just have to listen to them talk about it, and then put it in the back of our heads. That's it. Right? You want us to take the vaccine and get what? Okay, no, let's see where it goes. We have to wait and see where everything goes. We could jump to speculation, which some of the things I did earlier today were speculation. But guys, everything I read off was speculation, and a lot of things I read off were factual. Meaning the way the vaccine works and how it doesn't work. That's stuff that not even Pfizer can guarantee. None of these people are guaranteeing that it works. So if they can't guarantee that it works because they don't know if it works because no one's been exposed, what they're looking to do is give you the injection and seeing if the COVID numbers drop. That's called guinea pigs. And that's what we are to them right now. We're guinea pigs. So as long as you can, fight the vaccine off, as long as you can, and adapt to anything and everything that's going to happen. That's the best we can do. So, guys, like I said, the turkey spam is disgusting. Who brought that up? My God, that is disgusting, turkey spam. I've never heard such a thing. Oh, that is just, really. I mean, I thought spam was turkey spam. My God, I wouldn't even give that to Biden. If Biden was in an old age home right now talking about how he met Elvis Presley and danced with Elvis Presley, I still wouldn't give him that fucking shit turkey spam. Ugh. I didn't even know they made it. That's disgusting. Anyway, man. Guys, again, thank you for joining me tonight. You didn't have to. I actually hit 900, which is pretty big for a Friday night. I was going to say you guys should be out there partying, but there's nowhere to go. So you guys are stuck with me and the rest of us preppers out here who are doing live streams on a Friday night. Remember when we used to hang out on a Friday night? You used to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see this chick. I'm gonna go, bang that chick." Or for ladies, I'm gonna bang that dude tonight. I'm gonna shake my ass with the mini skirt on that shows my vagina if I sneeze. Remember those days? Gone. Now we're sitting in front of our screens here, talking to one another or live streaming or whatever it is, So I guess that's why they call it prepper clubbing. I get it now. Minus the raunchy dancing. All right. So listen, guys. All we can do is adapt. That's it. And we'll be fine. I know. Yeah, guys. So like I said, I'm in rare form tonight only because. Fuck it. Why not? And maybe it's because of the coffee at fucking 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night. Maybe it's that. Nonetheless, guys, I do thank you guys for joining me. I do thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for watching the videos. For those of you who have said more than enough that you wish you could support me and all the bullshit, you know how you support us preppers? For those of us that are monetized, just watch the videos. The videos and the commercials. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to donate. You don't, you guys do enough by watching the videos. You watch the commercials. You guys are doing enough. Fuck the giving us money shit. It is nice, but it's not needed. We don't need the money. What we need is to actually band together. We need to grow the other YouTube channels. We need to grow and let YouTube know that we're on the fucking radar and we're making a channel. YouTube is not making us. We're making fucking them. We're making Google. We are the reason why YouTube is where it is. All of us creators, all of us, whether you're a prepper, a video guy, some gay dude that likes to rub fucking makeup on your face, we all make YouTube. That's how it works. So, Karen, thank you for reminding me who's on next live. So, the next live I have is a gentleman called Sean Jackson. So, Sean Jackson is a prepper. He does a lot of, not conspiracy theories, but he talks about the stuff that is going down. He is a very good guest that I'm having on Monday at 9. That's December 14th. He also have Shane Hobel of Mountain Scout Survival School. He's going to be my other wilderness survival expert. He's going to be on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. That's December 16th. And then I have Bear Independent for December 28th. So be there for that. And I have Grim Survival. I didn't get a confirmation, but I'm throwing him under the bus anyway. Grim Survival is going to be on Tuesday, the 22nd at 9 o'clock. All right. And I think the 23rd and the 24th is open. I might do a Christmas Eve live stream. My wife's not on here tonight, so I might do a Christmas Eve live stream and see if I can get away with that. Right. If not, the live stream will be really short. The live stream will be fucking like an hour or maybe shorter than that. But other than that, and starting next year, so January, we're going to start doing the prepper roundtable bullshit. We're going to have 3, 4, 5 of us on here just shooting the shit. We're probably going to do that maybe once, twice a month. Let's see how well it's perceived, and we'll go from there. All right. So, How about Happy Survival? I never heard of Happy Survival, but that would be interesting. I will check them out after I'm done with this, guys. Happy Survival. And if you have anybody else I should interview, do me a favor. Please email me. For those of you that emailed me in the past on people I should um, interview, email me that again. I am starting a new list, and I'm writing down all the people that I should be looking at, and putting on the show. Whether I like them, if I like them, they're definitely going to be on the show. If I don't like them, you guys are going to have to get me build up to having me on the show, having them on the show or whatever. Because listen, guys, some people I just don't like. I see through their bullshit. I know some people are just doing this to make money. If you're popping on here at 2020 just to make money, I get it. But if you're doing it solely for money and not for helping, that's a problem. Wanting to make money and helping people go hand in hand. Wanting to just make money does not go hand in hand, right? It means you're a selfish fucking prick. Tin Man, I can't dance. You ever heard the expression, tough guys don't dance? That's exactly where I'm going. Gary, Survival Lily, doesn't want to be on the show because she said her English is bad. But I will promise you, starting next year, I will bother her every week until she cracks. Right up until she tells me I'm stalking her, and then I'll stop. But I'm going to try to get her on. She's nervous. She's nervous, and I get it why she's nervous. Maverick Prepper, I had Happy Prepper on here already. He was already on here. So maybe that's what they were talking about. All right. Yeah, Chill Gates. Yes, Songbird was gay. It was pretty. Yes, it had its moments. You are right. Oh, and here's something else for you guys. I'm gonna offer something next week. I know some of you guys have seen the movie already, but I'm going to fuck it. I'll say it now. While I have 700 people on here, I'll say it right now. So those of you that are interested in seeing Greenland, it's an early release. I know some people have already seen it already, but if you haven't seen it yet, email me at angryprepper@gmail.com and put in the subject Greenland. And I'm going to send you guys a link. Not everyone, because I can only send 20. So I guess the first 20 people who email me Greenland in the subject section, they're going to get an early invite to the Greenland premiere. So what they're doing is they're sending you a link to your computer to watch the movie Greenland early. All right, that's for those of you that are interested. And those of you that are not, all right, then don't watch it. Greenland looks like it's an interesting movie. I heard it was okay. Harvey Black, thank you. He said it was a great movie. So I'm hearing it's great. I'm hearing it's good. I'm hearing it's okay. So Black Scout Survival. That is a hard man to get a hold of. So we shall see. If I can get him, that'd be great, man. All right, guys. Other than that, we are at the 1 hour and 13-minute mark. I am definitely going to go inside before I start getting more edgier and possibly get kicked off of YouTube altogether. So, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Again, the last time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it, guys. Good night. Sorry, Anonymous Prepper. I just read that before I go off the air. I'm sorry. Email me, please. Email me at angryprepper@gmail.com. All right, for real, guys. Good night.